What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slash here, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
I'm snacking, guys. I'm sorry. These are really hard.
I'm sorry. So, we are back with the new Epica. Another new Epica. Off of the album that will be released in 2021. I'm super excited. I know that this is...
2020.
A few days late, which... it was Thanksgiving weekend for those of us here in the U.S., and we had the kids and a lot of live streaming. And I also wanted the lyrics to come out because...
Baby, you're talking to them. We're not there
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I know. But hi, guys. We now have a new camera. Does this look better?
I've been watching the screen to see if you ever look up at the camera, and you're like...
I realize it's there. I'm watching the picture. I'm sorry. And it's not because of that. It's because this is kind of fucking awkward, honestly. So
we'll get used to it.
I wanted the lyrics to come out because this is a breakdown channel. That's what we focus on. We want to be able to read the lyrics after we watch it at a pause interval so that we can kind of break down and interpret the lyrics, at least from our point of view. And that is what makes these songs so interesting. I'm thinking that they're probably, it is Epica, they tend to stick with sort of a thematic, philosophical point, or mostly philosophical point in one album. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to continue with maybe the viewpoint of humans destroying nature, kind of needing to come together, so on and so forth, which was the last one we saw. That it was the really pretty forest scenes where they were all sort of congregating in one place. Was the music video, at least. But again, it was talking about us as humans being a detriment. Not wrong. So I am super excited about this. This is the second release single.
Now, here's what I do know. I do know everything I've heard from Epica so far. I have liked.
It's fantastic.
Or loved.
Yeah.
More or less loved. Not really liked, but loved.
Yes.
Now, I will also say I'm still waiting for more sacrificial type songs that you keep telling me about that we never get to.
We have not gotten to the entire album, the Mayan sort of album, simply because they've come out with new stuff. And I'm sorry, but you can wait. New stuff cannot wait. I am waiting for the new stuff so that we can react to it. So therefore, yeah.
All right.
With that being said...
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to react to this as if you have already seen it. If you've not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Hop on over, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, watch the video. Do that first, and then do all the other stuff. And then come back. And we say that because we are a reaction channel that breaks things down. We're going to pause to talk about the lyrics, to talk about chord progressions, or...
The music video. They normally have amazing music videos.
We're more of a commentary channel, y'all.
Yeah. So
that's what we do.
Strap in. Join us. If you don't like talking...
Join us!
Yeah, sounds like a cult now. If you don't like talking during your first run-through, or even your 20th run-through, this is not the channel for you. No. So, I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Me too. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to slash it up and break it down. This is Epica. Freedom dash The Wolves Within.
And I'm thinking The Wolves Within goes back to... the proverb, and honestly it comes from a whole bunch of different cultures. One is the indigenous people here, the Native Americans, where it's you have two wolves within, and the one that survives is the one that you feed.
Sure.
Good wolf, bad wolf, good and evil.
How
you turn out. Well, then you're probably a pretty normal, neutral human being.
Okay.
But it is the mythology, the proverb.
Okay.
The saying.
I know about sayings.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that that's what that refers to.
Okay.
Either that or it's just a very long title.
All right. Let's get it. Okay. Sorry. They're saying truths. I thought they said Jews, and I'm like, where's this going? Because this makes no sense with anything that is being said.
No.
Truths. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry.
And we are seeing Native Americans.
Yes.
So, I think...
You gonna get the lyrics? Or
I was correct. Well, I mean, I was just gonna wait until... Choose.
Oh, choose! We were both wrong.
Between hungry wolves, between lies and truth.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Only one of two will be strong and roll. Yeah.
Choose between hungry wolves, between lies and truth.
Real boy. This is also appropriate. I just finished playing Assassin's Creed 3.
Yes, you did.
Over the weekend.
Yes, you did.
Which is set in a Native America, well, call it colonial America.
Right,
Native
but
Americans were a big part of it.
You are playing as a Native American.
True.
The whole time.
Did you hear me? When I did the first close-up on the little kid, I went, I'm a real boy!
No.
They did.
I'm sure they did. I was busy listening to the music.
I was too!
I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you over it. The music videos that they put out are always so enthralling too.
I love the sound of this so far.
Yeah. I've got chills.
I fucking love her voice.
Simone has a beautiful voice.
This is still my favorite band you've introduced to me.
In the symphonic metal category, I can definitely see why. So obviously they're going with an indigenous people. They are not of a culture on Earth, which is great. I also like that they're... I don't know how they were made, but you can see like the wire of the wolves, like they were some sort of sculpture, but they remind me of some of the metal sculptures that I've seen. Made of like recycled...
I don't think it's wire.
Rope? Twist ties?
It looks like the kind of string or rope, I guess, that Native Americans tie their hair
Okay.
up in
Okay.
and put on so much of their
Like the
art. Because you say it's not of Earth, but I definitely think this is way more Native American than...
But they got glowing blue eyes.
That's just artistic
You're thinking of rawhide.
expression.
Like it's made of rawhide. But then again, so I like what they're saying here. They started with the between lies and truth, and then they go to between light and gloom. So they're definitely doing the evil good dichotomy. And one has to be strong and rule, and one has to starve and lose. I mean,
right.
It's just kind of, I suppose, how it is if they're both hungry and they're both fighting. Choose to take that crucial leap of faith, abandon fear, and ease all your pain, which is humanity's fixation.
Right.
Face your chaos, feed the enemy, an appetite for your harmony, our vibration.
Which that's also a belief or a fact that everything in life sets up a vibration.
True.
Everything.
Vibrational energy. Yeah.
both inanimate and living.
Right.
Um,
But facing your chaos is, it is facing your truth. It's facing what's inside of you that you don't necessarily want to see unearth.
right.
But you got to do it if you're gonna find harmony, find the vibration that does ease your pain, I suppose. And then darkness drags you down. Step in the light. Wisdom feeds the righteous mind, as a change is one choice away. So it's the whole concept that, if you focus on the darkness, you're going to be left in the dark. Whereas it's wisdom, which is not the same as knowledge, people.
No.
That feeds the righteous mind. And that change is one choice away. Whatever you choose,
Right. What does that say?
Now, I saw that before. I want to say it's actually a symbol. It's not a word. Because I'm pretty sure it's just the capitalized E. Is it energy? I'm not 100% sure.
Me either.
But freedom, true freedom, to know where to seek, is to see where the gateway to our mystery, our freedom. So I guess we're each individually our own gateway to understanding.
Nobody's ever gonna know us better than ourselves.
For ourselves.
And we can decide whether to open that gateway for others or not.
Right.
To let people know.
Or to the choices, the two different choices, which choice we're gonna... Because they're definitely singing about freedom and not needing some sort of dictatorship ruler like religion or like organized religion or maybe a political leader necessarily.
I don't think they're talking about a literal freedom. I think
they're talking about true freedom.
I think they're talking about true inner freedom.
Yeah. Like freedom of the mind, freedom of the soul.
Right.
So, the wisdom we gain will abate all the pain so we can rise to greater heights. Honestly, it sucks to have to get really introspective and work on yourself. Like, it
Right.
sucks. But the more you do it, and the more healing you do on yourself, for yourself, honestly, you are rising to greater heights as yourself, as an individual. You're able to be a kinder person.
Right.
I mean, I said you're able people. I'm not saying you are. However, I just think that it's you're more, you're less judgmental.
Right.
But you're also much, much more satisfied with yourself and your life and, your idea of perfection changes.
Right.
Yeah.
We can try to cover up our flaws. In time, we'll have to deal with its cause. Clear your chaos and the agony. Restore your bones and you'll be free.
I feel like she definitely started in with just what I had just said. We can try to cover up our flaws. In time, we'll have to deal with its cause, our damnation. Clear your chaos, end the agony, restore your balance, and you'll be free, our salvation. So, I mean, if we bury all of our trauma, all of the things that we've done that we're not happy with, all of our personal flaws, and we never work on them, we don't drag them out to the light and kind of go through them and get rid of, like, purge all of that from ourselves and work on it, like, you're kind of stuck.
Right.
Well, not just kind of, you are stuck. And she's saying that's our damnation, and it really is. Like, you can't grow as a person if you never work on anything.
Right.
Never recognize it as a problem either. And then sadness drags you down. Retrieve your spark, which, when you're stagnant and stuck, a lot of times you're depressed.
Right.
You know, and you do have to retrieve a spark. Wisdom feeds the seeking mind, as a change is one choice away. You know, you make the choice.
Right.
It's all about restoring the balance.
I don't know what I was going to say. My mind just shit on itself. I am absolutely entranced by this video, though.
I am too. It's a very... I don't know, the energy that was put into making this music video, which it's absolutely 100% worth it because it's a fantastic, fantastic video.
Right.
I'm enjoying all the symbology and, like, the stone carving of the two wolves, like the very Native American / maybe Celtic design. It's just, it's incredible. I have epic chills.
Hold on. I wish I could hear that clearer.
Fall of Reason?
No. Listen to what almost sounds like a very light whisper
It's him saying something?
behind the music. I can almost make out what he's saying, but I wish it was a little bit clearer.
I thought I heard a whisper.
All left behind, with two sides that won't align. In a world of open mind, you can find your true paradise.
The battle of a founding for our lives. This war defines who we are. We shall do not become what we despise.
That was a symbol. Back it up just slightly, if you can. See how it's in almost a labyrinth of its own?
Right.
And I think it's a capital E. I don't know. Maybe energy exchange? I'm not 100% sure what the symbol is for. I really like the warren of almost branch-like properties that they gave that, you know?
Right.
It reminds me of the silver, what was it? The silver throne, like Chronicles of Narnia. But remember that they go and it's like the land of the giants or whatever,
Which
and it says under me.
movie?
It's the silver chair. Is it called the silver chair? It's the fourth one.
I think I've only really watched the first couple.
It's a BBC one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Because
about.
the other ones, they never made it that far.
No, I'm talking about
Okay.
the original BBC. I think I've only seen the first 2, maybe 2.5 movies.
Okay. Yeah, in the silver chair, it's they venture to, it's where giants live, and it's like they finally see it from a window at the giant's castle, and under me is carved into the ground, but because they're not giants, they didn't see it when they fell into the labyrinth of the E. They thought it was a maze. So it reminds me of that.
So as it says, all left behind with 2 sides that won't align. In a world out of its mind, you can find the truth in you.
Yeah.
Basically, I take that as like... I mean, to be fair, our world is crazy.
It really is.
And good and evil, which I think is the 2 sides that they're talking about, because they've been pretty much referencing that this entire song,
Right.
will never truly align.
Never.
You're always going to be fighting with yourself.
As well as opposing forces outside of yourself.
Right. But
Yeah.
I think it's also saying, like, I mean, that last line, you can find the truth in you. Like, you've kind of got to find your own truth. You got to find what's worth
Right.
fighting for you
Right.
in terms of who you want to be.
And with the all left behind, like you have to leave that crazy world behind and center yourself to try and figure out who you are.
Right. Rise, the battle will unfold before our eyes. This word defines who we are. Be sure to not become what we despise. And I've said this plenty of times in other reactions. It's honestly a quote I've heard somewhere else. Like, be the change you want to see.
Right.
So, like, change to become who it is that you want to be. And that's going to be the best bet you have in terms of, like, not becoming what you despise. Like,
Right.
the worst thing you could probably do is to become exactly what you hate to see in other people.
Well, and aside from the fact that it's very hypocritical and something like I absolutely hate hypocrisy, the dichotomy of, but a lot of people justify their actions as right, even if they are reprehensible, because they were enacted against someone that they consider wrong. And that doesn't make it right. That's not how it works. So yeah, don't become what you despise just to figure out this battle to stand on your side, because then you've just become one of them.
Right.
So yeah. And it is the war that defines who you are. It's always the battle within yourself. It's the battle within your community, your household, just the stand for who you are defines who you are. And what you'll see people, how they'll treat your friends, your family, how you allow them to treat your friends or your family.
Right.
That defines you, because again, it is you who is fighting the battle. And again, we're going back to the
chorus.
yeah.
Freedom.
I will say I've never seen the tip of an axe used as a...
Spear?
Well, he didn't really use it as a spear, though. He, like, hit him with it. Like,
I
almost a
wasn't
blunt
actually
hit.
paying like a bludgeon type tool.
right.
I wasn't actually paying attention to that. What I was staring at is so they keep referencing back to the frame of the grandfather and the child, right? And the drawing or carving of the two wolves on in the stone. And all I can imagine with all the flames that are going on and the fact that the warren and all of this looks kind of like it's made out of tree limbs and brambles is that the grandfather is telling him this proverb type thing. And he is staring into the fire that they're sitting around and seeing this all play out in the coals. Because I used to do that when I was a camper. Well, of course, that was also because I was bored. But I'd make up whole little stories as the coals shifted, you know, that town just fell and here we are at another one and eventually someone will come and rescue me. Please rescue me. Dear God, rescue me. Was normally the way mine went, but this is much more interesting.
Now, see, when I would stare into a flame, I always stared at the tips of the flame. I didn't care about the base. I wanted to watch the dancing of the flames.
Well, I mean,
And
you're seeing a fair amount of that with, like, the teepees on fire. I think with them...
I was just comparing what we looked at, baby, in terms of actual
I
fires.
just stared, like, dead stare. Like, probably that 1,000-yard stare straight into the fire. It didn't matter if it was the tips or the coals. Just, I think it was the vibe, like, don't talk to me because I'm busy.
Right.
That I was exuding, but I was also kind of, I don't know, in that faraway place where I could not recall what I was thinking, but I do remember making up elaborate stories about it.
Right. See, watch. He uses it as a weapon. Like,
Bludgeoning.
it's
tool.
weird.
Alright. He has heterochromia. Did you see that? Back it up a second.
He had two different colored eyes.
He has heterochromia, yeah.
I don't think it's heterochromia.
You think it's
It's the good and the bad.
so
It's the inner struggle. He's
Right
split.
now?
He's very even in it. Like,
right? Okay, he's balanced. All right, nice. But he didn't at the beginning.
because even if, because if you look at it, even the light in his body,
But
I think a lot of people would look at that and be like, oh, that's like the light shining off. No, I think it's the light shining
No, he has
through.
yellow and then he has blue light.
Right.
But I want to say that only happened when remember when he arrived at his camp and saw that so many people were dead and took up his weapon to fight these guys? He killed the first person and then looked down at his hand, which was starting to light up. And I think that's when he split in two. Because at the very beginning, when he was running, he only had bright blue eyes.
Right.
So I think when the war happened and everything, and he took up arms, probably it was the right thing to do. In this case, he became, neutral,
Right.
almost. Well balanced, we'll say. Well balanced. That's cool. All right. So, those are all symbols. All of them. I wish I knew what...
I think it's the story being told. Because there you have a wolf, but you've got two people fighting.
Right. Some of them are, though. Like, this is... God, I wish I remembered what that was the symbol for. But you're right. Some of them are pictures of the story. But so at the end there, his evil side was about to win because the guy was unarmed and defenseless, pretty much already beaten. And he made the choice to leave him alive and walk away. And both of his wolves got back up, I guess, to fight again another day, which is how it's always going to be.
Right.
Honestly, that kind of seems sad that if your evil side wins, like, the good side doesn't seem to fight back quite as strongly as if your good side wins.
It's easier to be bad than it is to be good.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can never really truly keep the wolves inside of you. Let's go with the metaphor. Neutral.
No.
You can't keep them evenly fed, which is why this whole song is saying choose. Like, one has to starve. But
And even in a
if
very cynical way, too, sometimes you have to use the evil within you
well, I think in this case he did. Like,
to bring forth the good.
his entire village was decimated and lit on fire, but it was his end choice that kept him balanced, I guess. But yeah, again, it's like, all right, so the good won for the day, but that evil is always, it gnaws. It's like a different kind of hunger. Whereas if the evil wins, I'm not saying that people that have made the choice to just take the easy route don't have the good side that still lingers. Like, you never truly kill one or the other.
Every town has an Elm Street.
If you just sub, thank you.
Thank you. But it is certainly not as prevalent.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't strike back quite as hard. I personally think that might just be you hearing about me personally, but there you go. Yep.
I'm gonna let it play
I
out.
really like this. I think we should let it play out. I need there to be more.
At some point, I want to actually rewatch the video without having lyrics next to me. And even without necessarily focusing on what's being said.
I just want to watch the
Watch
video.
the video
I
for
know.
for the video to see if there were things that I'd missed.
Well, after I do that, I'm going to go stream this song anyway. Without the video. Because while I love Simone's voice and just this was incredible, I was trying to split myself, kind of like the wolves, and watch while listening. And that is hard to do with a music video that's this interesting, because the couple of times you pointed out stuff, I was like, I didn't even see it. I was so busy either concentrating on the lyrics or some other thing had caught my interest with the video.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously, there's a fair amount. If you guys caught anything we did not, please let us know. If you know what those symbols mean, because my mind's drawing a blank, let us know.
Yeah.
If you think our interpretation is wrong, politely state why.
Right. Let us know what it let us know what it meant to you.
Yeah, definitely. What is your interpretation?
Alright, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Epica, Freedom, The Wolves Within? Also, comment down below if there's anything else that you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms. Mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response. That's also a great place to drop a quest.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. And we cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Bye.
Bye.